Howdy, folks. It is Diecastbuffet here again. Welcome back to NASCAR Thunder 2003 Season Mode. It's race 22 out of 36, the Pennsylvania 500. Now, this is our second of two stops at the Pocono Speedway, or Raceway. Well, we won the first time, the Pocono 500, but now this is the NBC schedule, or TNT, or ESPN, whatever the biff it's going to be. It's year 2010, so it should be ESPN. So we're 7th in points after our top 10 run at Dover. A $1.75 is very doable with 14 races to go. We still have two more Talladegas. We still have Watkins Glen. I think 2 Watkins Glen races. We still have the Texas Roval. We still got plenty of wild card opportunities that's going to shake up this Winston Cup standings. And Dale Jr. Got his first win of the year. I'm telling you, man. He could be a legitimate favorite to win this championship. We'll have to see how that one shakes out. Updated standings or standings schedule. So, Pocono, after that's done, the prestigious Brickyard 400, because we don't run the road course there because we appreciate stock car history. Watkins Glen, and then the second of 3 Talladega races. So, we're going to be running the primary paint scheme, and let's go to Pocono. Alrighty, folks, so we barely got the pole, knocking off, get this, Jimmy Spencer for the pole. So Jimmy Spencer is doing pretty good in qualifying for that Ganassi camp. But we're on pole for the second Pocono race. Let's see how this one shakes out. Let's go trackside.
Welcome to Pocono Raceway, located in the heart of the beautiful Pocono Mountains for today's Pennsylvania 500 on MRN. What can we look for on this unusual track, Barney?
Well, this is one of NASCAR's toughest tracks, especially for the crews who set up these race cars. Nothing is the same in any aspect of this racetrack. 3 totally different corners, 3 straightaways of different lengths. It's enough to drive a crew chief crazy.
The Citgo Ford had a great run in qualifying this week.
Yeah, this should give that whole team a little boost. They've been struggling in qualifying week after week, but it looks like they're trying to turn things around. I'm proud of these guys.
Jimmy Johnson sure has been consistent on these speedways this year.
Yeah, he really turns it up a notch when we come to this type of track, and these speedways can be very tricky to get the hang of. He seems to know them all like the back of his hand.
Elliott Sadler seems to always have to start toward the back at these speedway tracks.
Man, that's true. Maybe he likes having to pass all those cars on race day. I know I would prefer to start towards the front, and I'm sure he would too. But hey, he'll get there with some patience.
Alrighty, folks. Talk about 2 more iconic paint schemes. Jeff Burton's Citgo Ford and Jimmy Spencer's / Casey Mears. Well, technically even Scott Pruitt's Target Dodge Intrepid, because he actually did run, what was it, 02 or 03, Scott Pruitt did in that Target paint scheme. And then IndyCar even had a livery of that, so, you know, it's pretty iconic. But anyways, we're at Pocono. It's going to be fun. 20 laps. Who is going to win it? Green flag. Let's go. This has been one of our better tracks in the Winston Cup circuit. We've won here many times, but anything can happen. You gotta nail the pit strategy. You can't speed on pit road. You can't get in a crash. Anything could happen here. And it still amazes me every time I go to Pocono in this game, and I look over there to the right side, and there's no catch fencing. Like, literally, there's minimal catch fencing. And even if you go back and, like, you can see it in the corner there, right? But if you even go back and watch, like, the 02 Pocono races, I think it was like that for, I want to say, even up until the COT years. But there was areas of the racetrack that does not have catch fencing. It's just fascinating. A track is this fast. Did not have catch fencing in some of the corners in the 2000s. And we don't lead that first lap. That's unfortunate. And another track on the circuit that a lot of people wouldn't expect to actually have a gap in the catch fencing is Charlotte Motor Speedway. Still to this day, or as of 2022, it's year 2023, but in 2022, as of in entering turn 3, where the billboards are, there's no catch fencing. So yeah, the billboards would protect a stock car hypothetically from leaving the racetrack, but there's still no catch fencing there. It's kind of scary, considering we've seen how quickly those cars can fly. I mean, the odds of anything happening are 1 in a billion, but it's just so weird. It's like seeing Armco barriers at road courses when we're so accustomed to seeing so many different safety features. Alright, so these guys are taking off. I think as their tires wear, they'll slowly start coming back to us. Playing the long run here. Diving in the corner. Not going to stick. Contact with Spencer. Going to have to check up big time here. Don't want to damage the right side of the car. Aerodynamics are everything. Get Gordon behind us in that beautiful alternate paint scheme. And you know, as I do these, videos and these races and whatnot, I like to find different things to talk about. One of those that really perplexed me is the future of Pocono. They used to have 2 races here. They used to have 2 500-mile races here back in the Winston Cup days. Now it's only 400-mile races. They did the doubleheader joint. Now they're just a 1 single Pocono race. With Fontana going away, that being a 2-mile facility, I don't imagine the Pocono area, like the location of the racetrack, is very valuable land, because it appears there's a lot of trees around it, so there's other opportunities, right? But the point is that will Pocono end up being reconfigured in the coming years? That's one thing I'm really perplexed on. Will it end up getting reconfigured and half the land sold? And will Michigan end up the same fate? Because it might not be now, it might not even be in this decade, but I feel like these large racetracks, their days might be a little bit numbered, unfortunately. For better or worse. Oh, caution on the speedway. And to finish that thought, I hope they don't touch Pocono or Michigan, because I love those racetracks. I freaking love Fontana. And that ain't going to stop them. Let's see what happened here. Oh my goodness, Scott Wimmer. I mean, somebody flipped over the bowl of cereal there, guys, and spilled Cheerios in the back straightaway. We have no idea how he crashed, so it's going to be reminiscent of Elliott Sadler, 2010. Now, here's the interesting part. Do you even consider pitting here? Let's take a closer look at this. So we're on lap 5, coming to lap 6. We'll probably restart lap 7. Not sure on that. Maybe only lap 6 will restart. I'm trying to see how much fuel we have on board. Okay, we're about a quarter of a tank. Could we possibly stretch it to the end? I don't think so. Do we pit? Do we not pit? If we don't pit here, we're screwed. I'm going to see what they do, and then I'll make a decision. They're staying out. Okay, cool. That would have been bad. That would have been bad. I'm trying to calculate the numbers, and I'm like, I just don't think you could pit here and make it to the end. And if we pit, and we're the only guy who does it, no harm, no foul, we can pit with everyone else. But if we stay out and everyone else pits, then we're really screwed. Because then we'll have to pit under green, and then we'll lose all our track position. So you're really, your entire race there is pretty much up in the air. If you make the wrong call there, you're going to be playing from behind. But we're in a perfect spot here. Stewart, Marlin, and Dale Jarrett, or not Dale Jarrett, Dale Jr. I don't know where I got Jarrett from, but the top 3 right now. We're right where we need to be. Eclipsing halfway on the fuel mileage. So it's going to be who's going to pit first is Dale Jr. Winston Cup points later just had an engine failure. Oh, boy. That changes everything. So the Winston Cup leader just had an engine failure, which basically means everybody in this race is probably going to gain 100 points on him. And if you win the race, you're going to gain 156 points, roughly. That is like galactic. And that moment right there could pretty much change who's going to win the championship in the fall, because it's going to tighten up the race. Somebody just gained 100 points on them. For whoever really wins this race, and it's going to be crazy. Doesn't mean you'll be the points leader, but it means you're going to gain a lot on someone who's definitely a championship threat. I mean, he just won Dover. He just won Dover. And that was the last race. Halfway here. We have not led a lap yet. So, we're still itching for that 5 bonus points. The car's fast, but I feel like we just need a long run. I feel like we really need a long run here and let their tires kind of wear themselves out, and we'll be able to find our way through. This could be bad. Well, someone's exiting the tunnel turn. Yeah, that's the 8 car. This could get dicey. Okay, good. He's in the bottom. You never know where them AIs are going to blend at. He's already got hit once in the back. You seen that. That was a whole lot of damage. That's probably that car ahead of us. We got a caution on the speedway. Might be for that piece of debris off the 8 car. I think some cats already pitted. If that's the case, they're going to get some great track position, but they're going to give it up at the end without a caution. This changes everything, guys. I mean, this really does change everything. No, it's going to be from Scott Wimmer. Was that the blue car we seen? No, that's way behind us. So that might mean we get another caution because Dale Jr.'s back end was completely destroyed. So we might get another yellow. This is going to be an interesting finish here, guys. All right. So obviously we got to pit here. We've got to get some fuel. But will there be any Mickey Mouse games here, guys? All right. No damage repair. I want full gas, full tires. You need it. If you take 2 tires at Pocono, somebody dropped you on your head because you'll get out front for a little bit. But when it hits 4 or 3 to go, you're going to get freight trained. You got to have tires here at Pocono. It's impossible. It's not like Martinsville when you can just block people. No. You have potentially 4 or 5 lanes to block 24/7 around this track. It's impossible. How y'all doing, fellas? Hope you're having a good time out there getting Bozo McGee that just dropped a lug nut because I guess they used that Dollar General glue and it didn't stay on the tire. 17-second pit stop, but hey, we're still going to come out second. Knock on wood. Thank you, God, for that. And here we go. Will we get another caution? We have some cars that pitted early, so their tires are going to be somewhat equal to ours, but they're slower cars. And then the tire degradation is going to play a factor. So my point is that be patient with them, and we'll get by them quickly. With a 30 car. I mean, they're about to go 3 abreast for the lead. That's how slow they are. And do we dare go 4 wide for the lead here? Oh, no, 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 no. I just can't complete that before the tunnel turn. That would be death. I can't complete that before the tunnel turn. I'm not going to risk it. Patience. Patience, patience, patience. All right, underneath Jeff Gordon. Oh, boy. Whoa. 101 Pontiac. Or that's the 107. Excuse me. Come on, we're going to get that draft behind Sterling Marlin. Again, we have not led a lap yet, so it's very important at least get 1 lap led. I don't know what we're doing there. This car is getting loose. Whoa! Contact. All right, so now Marlin has the lead. 4 fresh tires. These guys who pitted early. Oh, boy. They're going to really be in a bind here. Because they got older tires now with slow race cars. I mean, I've been on that side of the fence before, guys, and let me tell you, it's a long, long ride. Lap 15 out of 20. We could see a yellow. I have no idea. Maybe Dale Jr. pitted there because he had to because of the engine failure. So that might be the reason why he's off the racetrack. So that could be the reason why we don't get a caution. But he had a crap load of damage. And usually when the parts are dragging off the car in this game, a few laps later they will break off. So I imagine the 8 car has been pulled from the racing surface, and that would leave probably the 43 car to be the only one that could drop anything. So maybe after all, he will go green. Either way, there's a Winston Cup win right in front of us. And we just got to find a way to get around Marlin. I think our car is better than his. And with 5 full laps just about to go, I mean, there's a lot of racing left here. Pocono is huge, man. I mean, this track is like... If you go to a 1.5 mile and think it's huge, you can only imagine Pocono. It's like stupid huge. Tires giving up a little bit there in turn 1. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. And we're catching just a sniff of a draft there. But I just don't want to overstep the car, hit the wall, and then, you know, damage the rear spoiler, and then we have no speed. I mean, we're right there. And with Dale Jr. having that engine failure, I mean... Whoever wins this race is hitting the jackpot in terms of the standings. And we haven't led that lap, so that's another 5 bonus points we desperately need. Because what we do here is going to pay dividends once we get to the Texas Roval and we get to Fontana for the championship race. Come on, come on, come on, come on. High wadded handsome. Alright, come on. Crossover. No, not enough. I don't want to hit him. I want to pass him cleanly. The tunnel turn's probably not the place to do it. Turn 3 is great for passing. It's very flat. You can kind of maneuver the car where you want. But there we go. Big run. So we can set him up. A little bit of an overdrive in the corner. Exit. Block. Coming off. There we go. And the caution would end the race. 2 to go in the Pennsylvania 500. There we go. 5 bonus points. So that's just that pretty much digs a even deeper hole for the 8 car. Because he's not only losing points to me or Marlin or whoever, but he's losing points to everyone. You finish dead last, you come home with 34 points. You win the race and lead, you know, a lap or whatnot, because obviously you have to. You get about, what, 190? And I think if you lead the most laps led, you get 195. So you do the math, it's about 150 points you lose to whoever wins the freaking race. I mean, it's the championship is going to be nip and tuck, and that's what I love so much about Thunder 03, is because the AI, there's different, I call them gameplay sliders, and it basically affects how the racing and how the season progresses. You'll have AI mistakes, AI aggressiveness, pitch strategy, caution frequency, things like that. And when you turn all those things to the max, it gives you a great racing product, because like in Thunder 04, whoever wins, or whoever's, you know, top 3 in points are almost bulletproof. They will win almost every single race known to man. Okay? They'll win everything. But in Thunder 03, everybody is vulnerable to DNFs. And it just creates this organic championship where if you make a mistake, odds are they might make a mistake too. It just creates a great season. And through the final turn, we're going to sweep Pocono. If we can block Marlin, that is. Going off the straightaway, or down the middle. Burton gets it done again. I think it's win 107. Wow. Hey, Jimmy Spencer got a top 10. Maybe it's snowing in Fontana again. What a great finish there. Another big win. I think it's win number 7 of the year. And just keep stacking them Winston Cup points, man. We just want to have a shot when we get to Fontana in the fall, because that's where we have our championship race. I would have put it at Homestead, but they don't have the 2003 configuration. The 02 Homestead, I'll be honest with you, it sucks. A giant flat racetrack is not exactly fun, but winning at Pocono is pretty darn good.
Not very many caution laps in this one.
Well, you're right, but in my opinion...
Alrighty, folks, going to victory lane here. 7th win of the season, I believe. And what a big one it will be. The next race coming up is going to be Indianapolis. After that, I think it's Watkins Glen. And then it's Talladega. This championship it's going to go through so many laundry cycles before we figure out who the big three guys are to win this championship. You know, I would say it's Earnhardt, Marlin, and probably us, considering how fast we've been. But with the 8 car losing that amount of points, does it allow a Tony Stewart to jump in the mix? Does it allow a Mark Martin to jump in the mix? Who knows? I mean, I've seen times in this game where I think it was Gordon, and I forget what year it was in this playthrough, but he went on a run and won like 5 out of the last 10 races and won the championship. I mean, he went completely 2011 Tony Stewart. Organically, the AI did. It was insane. And he either won the championship or he tied it and made it an extremely close battle. It was magical. So you never know who's going to show their cards. And Gordon desperately needed a top 5 run. He didn't have a good run last weekend. 180 points that you get for leading, a lap and winning the race. So it'd be 185 for the maximum amount. Only led 3 laps. Let's take a look at everyone's standings. Great run for Benson. Great run for Spencer. Harvick needed that run there too. Bobby Labonte's been like quiet as a mouse. Let's look through here. Ricky Rudd's pretty much fell off in terms of competitiveness so far. You can see where Jeff Green got him. You know, he lined up on the front row just about. Old tires, man, they always burn you at Pocono. They always burn you. You got to have fresh Goodyears. Scott Wimmer. How did Scott Wimmer finish 33rd after losing his hood? There must have been some Mickey Mouse games on the playoffs, but the restart. Because how in the world did all these cars finish behind the 43? Something is not right there. Biffle's going to be 42nd. He qualified 42nd and finished 42nd. They must have just starting parked. And the 8 car, ironically, leads 8 laps. Or no, he survived 8 laps, but led 1. That's really unfortunate. But yeah, great run for us here at Pocono Raceway. Thank y'all so much for watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And for all your NASCAR diecast shopping needs, feel free to check out that promo code down below. You can use that checkout at Circle B Diecast for any orders $30 more. You can save on shipping. That's all for now. Like, comment, and subscribe. How about Kenseth and Martin getting a top 10? So the Roush Couture staying pretty good. Diecastbuffet signing off.